Have you ever wondered how to trade the chart patterns in Forex? Every now and then a fair amount of chart patterns being formed on different currency pairs, and it is important to know about these patterns, how they are formed, what are the requirements, how the pattern is confirmed, where is the support, where is the resistance, what will be the potential price target, because these chart patterns that we are going to talk about can fetch you a fair amount of pips that you need to trade with a relatively better risk and reward ratio. Before we start this video, let us see the risk disclaimer. It states that future stocks and options trading involves substantial amount of risk. Your capital is at risk, the losses can exceed the investment. The information is provided as is, and the user of the information assumes the entire risk of any use it may make or permit to be made. So let's get started. Okay friends, today's our topic is the double top. So we will need to know how a double top is identified. I mean, when you are going through your charts, your charting program, how will you identify whether this particular currency pair or whatever the instrument you are looking at has made a double top? Well, let's go to the charts. Okay, here we have the cable chart of 1 hour, and I will say that you keep a note of the things that I'm going to talk about today, because if you can identify a double top pattern, which is a trend reversal pattern, that means when a trend is about to end, you will know in advance that the trend has ended and the reversal has started. That means the next swing is going to start. So this is a very important, very profitable pattern that we are going to talk about today. So I'll say that you keep a note of the things that I am going to tell you about this pattern. So first of all, we need to see some 8 things in a pattern. Every pattern we need to see some 8 things. Now the first thing that we need to see in double top is a prior trend. So a trend reversal can occur only if there was a prior trend in that. So how we identify here there was a trend? You see there was an uptrend here from here till this point. If you want to join this also, there was a long extended uptrend. Okay, there was a long extended uptrend. For your sake, I will mark it extended uptrend. Friends, you need to be very sure about the things that there should be an uptrend and it should be extended uptrend. Okay, the second point, one is there should be a presence of extended uptrend, we have already seen. Then there should be a high, there should be a high. Now this is the first high that we are looking at. Okay, okay, here I need to make sure that it is visible on the, okay, my cursor is not visible maybe, but yes, you can see. I will make sure now. Okay, so this is the first high that we are talking about, and this is the extended uptrend. So we got 2 things now. One is extended uptrend, and second thing is this high made. And the third point that we need to check is a low followed by the first high. Now there is this first high, then here is the low. So we will mark it also. You please keep a note of this. Okay, so this is a low here, and after the low we need a second high. We needed 8 things. The first thing is an extended up move, second is the high, third is a low, fourth is the second high. Now this second high can be some 2 to 3% of the previous high. It can go higher than the previous high a bit, or it can stay lower than the previous high a bit. But if it is lower than the previous high, it is a much better signal, because it suggests us that now the buyers from this low who have made the price to go to this high are not good enough, or their strength is not good enough to break the previous high. Now it indicates that the bears are trying to take control of the market. Okay, now that is what we want, because if it is going to be a correct double top, then we need sellers to take control of the market, of course. So we need fourth condition that we need is a second high, and it should be somewhere between 2 to 3% of the previous high that was made in the price. And after this previous high, we need to test this support again and break through it. So if the candle closes on the time frame that we are talking about, if now we are talking about the 1 hour time frame, so we need to see a candle closing below this neckline. Now this low is also called a support, and this becomes our neckline, and the price needs to break below this neckline and then retest it for the confirmation. So fourth thing is high, second high. Fifth thing is the test of the support. Okay, sixth thing is of course when I say the test of the support, I mean it should break. Okay, and seventh thing is the test of the break. Okay, if at the test of the break this support turns into a resistance, that means our trade should be on by now. We should enter it here at the rejection with a small stop loss higher than this neckline, or whatever is the high made in this retest. And eighth thing, which is the most important thing, what we are behind, is the target or the profits. So what is the potential profit of this trade? Well friends, there is a measured move. There is something called measured move from the lower high. We have to mark the distance of the or the height of the pattern. Now add the neckline break. Now this is the neckline break. So here we have almost 100.9 points of target, and that we will measure from the break itself. Okay, from here we measure 100 points, which is the potential target for the trade. So our target for this was 1.65361, which was taken in the 3 hours of opening the trade. Now you see that the price has gone even. Okay, wait, 100 points. 100 points is 1.6536, 1.6536. So you have seen that actually this was the potential target, but the price went much lower than that. Now there is a possibility that sometimes the price will keep going below, because the trend reversal has happened. A lot of stops have been triggered who were trying to buy, and they have kept their stop losses here. They got triggered, so there will be a lot of selling after that. But most of the time, I will say 9 out of 10 times, at the target there is again buying. Some can say it was a profit booking or something similar, because if you are a seller and you are going to book profits, that means you are essentially buying the market temporarily. So I will say that there is a temporary rise in the price most of the time. In this case it is not there, but when the target is achieved for this type of pattern, there is a temporary rise like this. I'll mark it in the form of polyline. So there was a possibility that this will come like this, okay, and go like this, okay, but it did not happen in this particular moment. It's okay, we will give you some other examples some other time, but now you realize. So this is a very important pattern. If you identify it correctly, then only it is going to work for you. I can also tell you that there are some mistakes that the traders do while identifying this pattern. what they see is that if there are two highs, they say it is a double top. Actually, the two highs do not confirm the double top pattern. Actually, it is the break of this low here. This break here, this particular candle that we are referring here, this is the confirmation candle because it closed below the support. So such is the candle that we need to see. If there is only test of the break, or even if it goes lower and then closes high, my friends, this is not a true double top formation. There is a possibility of double top formation, but till the time it does not break, it is not a confirmed break of the double top. And also, some traders are very aggressive. At the break, they enter a trade and then they look for the potential targets. But I'll say, if you would have opened a position here, you would have fetched less number of pips with a greater risk, because your stop loss is going to be higher than this high. And if you wait for a retest, you will have a much smaller stop loss and much larger take profit level. Now, that is also what I had said in the starting of the video, that you will get a relatively better risk and reward ratio in such type of pattern trading. So this is the first video in this series. We are going to talk more about the other patterns. If you find this video useful for you, hit that like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for being with me.